Barry Brickell, one of New Zealand's most famous potters, also had a burning ambition to build a private railway. I travelled almost 11,500 miles to the small town of Coromandel to see how he made his dream come true after almost 40 years of toil. Having spent 20 years establishing himself as a potter with a unique style, he acquired a 60-acre hillside which had been stripped of its trees over many generations.
So they started cutting down the big trees, but they had a problem. How to get them down to the harbour, shipping them away. What they did was to build big timber dams in the gullies, and it took a couple of years for those dams to fill up with water and kauri logs floating in the lake behind the dam. Now at a specific time, a man would pull a rope. The big timber gate would burst open, releasing a massive deluge of water which would drive the logs down. Hence the name Driving Creek.
The initial concept of the railway was to transport the clay from the hillside to his pottery, and also to carry thousands of indigenous trees to be planted as the track moved up the hill. It wasn't long before Barry saw the possibility of making his railway a tourist attraction.
I'm an amateur engineering draftsman, self-taught. My own homemade surveying instrument I called a gradometer, made from a Vickers gun sight I got from an army surplus store, and a cheap camera tripod.
The railway is a civil engineering masterpiece due to the complex terrain it has to traverse. The 2.6 kilometre track, climbing up over 1,000 vertical metres, includes a double-deck steel bridge, 5 viaducts and 3 tunnels. There are gradients up to 1 in 14.
The man who built this railway, Barry Brickell, as you can see, has named this area Ravington. That's because of the many raves or parties he used to hold here on a regular basis during the construction period. Now, Barry began laying the rail from the station back in 1975. It took him 7 years to arrive here. Now this manoeuvre that we've just completed is known as a zigzag or switchback. Ahead of us, the unique double-decker viaduct. And we'll be crossing this 4 times on the journey this afternoon.
Bridges were constructed to my design. I didn't know anything about bridge building. I just consulted tables of strength of beams. Steep gradients, yes. Gradients of up to 1 in 14 on the bridge down there. But if I design the trains that they can handle those gradients, we can get here safely.
Do you mind? This was the end of the line back in 1991. It's currently the halfway point up to the tower.
Straight.
One of the most notable of the 3 tunnels is called the Terracotta Tunnel. We passed through this on the final stages of our journey to the Eiffel Tower.
Every wheel of our trains is driven, there are 16 of them, and every wheel is braked, and we have hydraulic sanding on the rails as well.
Here we are again back in Hoki Mai. Now when Barry does finally depart us, This is where he wants to end up. You'll see halfway along the brick wall ahead of us, there's some steps going up into the bush. The short track leads to his preferred gravesite, and he's got a plaque there with his name on it waiting for him.
Barry was one of life's great characters. His determination and skill made this wondrous adventureland a reality. Up to now, more than 1 million visitors have ridden his unique track to the sky. When I asked him to describe himself, he had a simple comment.
I'm an amateur at everything.
And that's the very first train Barry built.
So you can tell your children and your grandchildren about this. They'll see a native forest from a railway track. Not a road, from a railway track, if you please.